Hey, this is Tony Soprano, and you're listening to Jersey Boyz Podcast with your hosts, Dave Sturchio and the Ernst Boys. I mean, I could give a shit about the Cowboys. We're in New Jersey. These guys got balls being Cowboys fans in Jersey. Anyways, enjoy. Or whatever.
How about this, Cowboys?
Cowboys Nation, what's going on, everybody? It is Dave Sturchio. It is nationally known comedian Brett Ernst, and of course, the Grinch, America's fan himself, Clarence, what's his name? Clarence Hill's favorite Twitter follower.
Yeah.
The Keith Ernst in the building. Hope everybody's doing well out there. The Dallas Cowboys coming off a big victory, and I'm the only one who actually predicted the Cowboys to win this game. Keith gave a bunch of scenarios. Two scenarios on how this one would play out, but you did make mention to the fact that if this defense showed up for Barfulis, we would actually win the ball game, and that's what they did. Everybody stepped up. They stepped their game up. We'll get into it. A lot going on right now in Cowboy land because the Cowboys get a win over the Commanders, 44-22, and it was 44-22 or 44-24. Either way, I'm just drawing a blank right now. But either way, the Cowboys are 3-3-1 and now put themselves right back in the mix within the NFC East. Right, the Giants blow a catastrophic game, which is insane. We obviously beat the Commanders, so that's two NFC East teams down. The Eagles pull one out of their ass and beat the Vikings, so they're still 5-2 ahead of the Cowboys. But Keith, off the rip, the Cowboys went out there and played some defense on top of the offense that we knew they were already going to provide. How are you looking at this game as a whole? And I'm sure you've already watched the condensed version. So,
you know what? I started to, and I got kind of like, eh.
You didn't want to do it?
Because I see a lot of the same shit, and I get frustrated.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I see other. I mean, it's hard to gauge. I actually jumped and started watching the Denver and Giants one. I watched that condensed because I wanted to see what
the hell were the Broncos doing for 3 quarters?
Well, I know. We'll talk about that later. But, I meant, look, I was, the two scenarios I gave, one had to do with the defense just folding and us getting routed and our Barfulis getting fired. And then the other was winning by 22 points if our defense steps up. Because I mean, it was the reason I gave such a high score and everything like that, because I didn't see any in between with that.
Right.
Just the way they've been getting disrespected. And even Washington was disrespecting them, going for it on 4th down a couple times and like that kind of shit. It's just, was I impressed? Yeah. I mean, I was impressed. And this game was better than the Jets game to me.
Yeah. I would wholeheartedly agree.
On both sides of the ball.
Yeah, if you route a team on both sides of the ball like they did with the Jets, but then you find out the caliber team that the Jets are, as they are now 0-7, right? So now you're looking at that game and you're like, all right, well, we beat the Jets. That's great. They're an NFL team, all that, jargon that we always usually spit. But the Commanders came in, a 500 team. You know what I mean? So they came in like with some significant wins under their belt, with Jaden Daniels healthy going into the game. Obviously, we'll get into, how it all broke down, but Brett, would you think that this?
Why don't you just give me the same question, bro?
Okay, take the same question.
You always start with Keith. You ask him that, and then you go another way.
Okay, so give your opinion, expert. Go nuts.
It's not expert.
Jeez, who's the Grinch here? What the hell is wrong with you, bro?
What the fuck would I do?
I'm always waiting. Just give me the same question.
Okay, so going forward, I'll just say. I'll have a little clicker. I'll be like, hey, you get this one, you get this one.
We can't hear you, bro. Bro, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I hear him.
No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
No.
Yes, anyway. He's full of shit. He's so full of shit. I was like, no.
Well, way. I think the issue is that I answered so perfectly that he doesn't need to hear from me.
I'm waiting for the age-old Brett Ernst response. I agree with my brother. Like, okay, good. Now elaborate.
No, I agree with Keith.
No, okay.
All right. So, what was the question you're going to ask me?
I was going to say. With this
what I wanted to say,
go fucking nuts, bro.
Okay. It was what we've all kind of said. If our defense even played 25% good, we'd probably only have one loss. All right. And our offense firing all cylinders. for me personally, it's a hard game to gauge. I know we said it's not the Jets game, but they were missing 3 top receivers in the game. So you really don't know. I still don't know if the secondary's improved or not. I'm going to assume we haven't, even though we just moved to mostly man. But the performance overall, I mean, again, statistically, it looks a little closer. But again, we're in prevent a lot. You know, they were trying to drive. Like he said, to go for it on 4th down twice was fucking way disrespectful, bro. And they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said understandable.
Understandable. Yeah, they wanted to try the worst defense in the NFL, and we stepped up and played. But for me personally, it's still hard to gauge for me. I know they're not the Jets, but they were missing 3 top receivers this game. So
well, in defense of that, we were also, and again, say what you will about Diggs, but he is listed as an All-Pro, Pro Bowl cornerback.
But he's not playing All-Pro. He's not playing All-Pro.
I understand that, but and neither was Terry McLaurin or Deebo Samuel or the guys that were out for them, but they were out. You know what I mean? So the options were
serious, Sturch. I'm sorry. How are you even bringing this guy up?
Who? Diggs?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not saying Diggs is playing all world. I'm saying if you Brett's the one to say on paper. So if you look at something like
I know, but I mean, look, the one thing I didn't bring up and no one brought up here so far is the DBs were fucking hitting.
Yeah, they were coming.
One guy we got Harris or whatever the hell is that? I can't even pronounce his name. Number 25. He was starting. I think he started
Bridges.
A lot. Bridges, yeah, Bridges. What's his name? Tavine. Trejiga or whatever.
That too. Yeah, definitely. Bridges.
Whatever the hell his name is. I didn't know who he was before. I didn't know who that was.
Well, I said the same thing when I was like,
who the hell is that guy?
I was like, I typically know every single person on this roster. And I'm like,
we kind of just picked him up. He was
didn't we bring him up? Didn't we get him off we brought him to practice squad or something?
Yeah, they gave him the elevation when they knew Diggs was going to be out. They needed to do that.
He was coming up. Bland had some hits. Let me tell you something. There's something there with Trayvon Diggs and his tackling. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not going to call him any names or anything, but there's something there.
Yeah.
He's not coming up. He's not supporting the run like he should. And I think that was a glaring difference in this game. And that is one of the reasons I think he wasn't there. And he doesn't like the defense that Barfilis runs. He doesn't.
I mean, not for nothing, but the entire excuse and reasoning as to why Diggs was absent in this game just didn't really kind of add up. It was a little weird. A concussion suffered at home. So what did he slip and fall?
I've been alive 53 years, going on 54 years, and I've never heard of anyone getting a concussion at home that isn't over 78.
And Dan doesn't have that little button, like the help button when they fall, like help.
But Search the difference when you have those receivers in, because they had that rookie kid in there. They had that one kid that had one catch all last year.
There was more Luke McCaffrey,
there's more timing differences for Jaden Daniels. There's more, the receivers that they're still not as seasoned. But again, it's I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying it's hard to gauge.
And they were also going into that game knowing that since their guys were down, we're talking about Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, even the playmaker himself, Noah Brown, was also out. So they have nobody to throw to. So they significantly said, "Hey, we're going to run the football, right?" They didn't do that either, which was
the game plan, because they're a great run team. They're not a bad run team.
And it's also led by, when you say that they're a great run team, it's also because Jaden Daniels can run his ass off when he needs to, right? So that's also something. And I think Keith had brought it up earlier in the game, is that there was a spy. There had to have been a spy. Yeah. And I think it might have been Maurice or somebody to that variation, or even Shamar James, who had a strip of Jaden Daniels later in the game. So look, they definitely took over the way they needed to take over. And that was another thing, that if your defense is struggling, and everybody has obviously seen the Cowboys defense struggle through the first 5-6 games of the year, you want to strike first. And that's exactly kind of what I said the recipe would be. If the Cowboys can go down there and strike first and play from ahead the entire time, we might be in business. And that's what they did at first. And then obviously a couple, stupid things here and there, the safety that I don't know why the hell they ran that play, but again, you can't
Well, man, that's not a bad play. I mean, you got Javonte Williams is a beast.
No, but it is. No. But he ran behind Schoonmaker instead of an offensive lineman. So that was just a bad.
And the exchange,
everything's hindsight.
I know
the exchange was awkward there too. It was like it's like he got it slow and far back as opposed to just pounding it. Getting the yardage. I mean, it wasn't a stupid play to run, but it just didn't look right. It didn't look executed right.
No, I agree with
that.
And I feel like that, Keith, you had probably phone under couch type deal, because I was actually looking to see or I'll just ask you now, when the Cowboys go up 7-0 and you're like, okay, great drive, great start, blah blah blah. Then the safety 7-2, then they go down and score another touchdown, and all of a sudden, and then they go for 2 and miss, and now it's 8-7. You're like, what was your thought? Like, do you think that we were gonna run with these guys in a shootout, or is the world going to kind of collapse?
The way we went down the field, and I watched with one of my good friends out here who's actually a Redskin fan.
Sorry,
we both were like, this is going to be right then and there, just the way we went down the field so fast, and then it is almost like, I think when we got the ball back after they scored the touchdown, 3 plays, we were back in the end zone, I think. I didn't have time to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm being serious. I was just like, all right, it's, what was it at that time? It was 7-8.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, we're scoring again. Right?
Yeah.
Or did we kick the field goal first? I can't remember.
I'm not sure. I want to say we kicked the field goal and we were up 10-8 or something like that. But
regardless, our offense was moving the ball right away. So I'm like, and then both of us said, this is going to be a high scoring game. We said that right then and there, you kind of knew when both offenses were starting to move that it was going to be like this all game. And I was shocked the way we stepped up. Now, the Washington did have 130 something yards rushing.
That's all they had.
Yeah. Well, no, they had, I mean, they had 3 something, 400, maybe, I don't know what they had, but regardless.
No, they had 341 total yards. We had 409.
I remember a lot of this is in garbage time, so I'm not worried about
it. It is. And Daniels did run. He was their leading rusher, kind of like Hurts was the first week. But as Brett was saying before, dude, they're the number 1 rushing offense. They went against the 32nd ranked rushing defense. You just don't know in the NFL. It's crazy.
It really does break down to any given Sunday.
And it does have to do, I won't say it doesn't, but not having 2 receivers and stacking the box and knowing you don't have to deal with McLaurin and Debo. Yeah, that helped too. And then also, dude, it's so funny. I always confuse him. I don't know. It's McConkey or McCaffrey, Luke?
It's Luke McCaffrey. That's Christian McCaffrey's brother.
He's the one on the Chargers.
Yes.
Yeah. But he didn't have
so many white kids running around the NFL now.
And they're ex NFL players. They're not, but the names are McConkey's not related to McConkey, which I find fucking crazy because I've never ever met another McConkey before in my life. But there's 2 McConkeys in the NFL that aren't related.
That is kind of wild.
And they're both white receivers. But anyways, regardless, no, I was gonna say that so that might have something to do with it, with the us just stacking the box and saying bring it, because Merritt he ripped some runs off, but still he didn't have over 30 yards. So, but
good old Bill.
I'll tell you though, Kyler Murray and Shamar James played great.
Now we have a Kyler Murray.
What's his name?
Kenneth Murray.
Play not.
We're going to see Kyler Murray in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I know. Kenneth Murray and Shamar James play great, man.
Shamar James has been one of those guys that, I was a little harsh on him after his 15 tackle performance against the Jets. He came out and did lead the team in tackles, believe it or not, against Carolina. But again, it didn't matter to us because those were Jalen Smith type tackles where they were tackling him fucking 10 yards down the field. But this one, he's back. He really did play complimentary.
You're funny though, bro. You're so funny, Starch. You kill me.
Why?
It's so.
Why would I do now?
No, go ahead, bro. I don't want to. Go ahead. You were going to say.
No, what's so crazy to me, if our defense in 3 games just stopped once, just had 1 stop, we'd have 3 more wins. And it's going to come into play. The only way I see us, and I know it's too early to talk, but the only way I see us making the playoffs is if we win the division. Because right now, you have you have the Panthers and the Bears at 4-3, which we lost to both of them. And then the whole NFC West, I mean, you have 3 tied division leaders at 5-2.
And
So-
and the best part is, though, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the best part or the worst part, but we don't have to factor in any tiebreakers. We don't like the whole we lost to them already. It really won't matter.
It won't
because
matter.
because
It
we're
won't
either
matter.
going to have one less win or one less loss. It's
But
just because of that
It,
fucking tie.
it won't matter because they're 4-3, they're 4-3, and then the Seahawks and the Rams and the Lions are all 5-2.
Seahawks look great. They
Yeah,
look really
and-
well put
and-
together.
As far as going to the playoffs, if we're even thinking that, we need the Eagles to lose 2 at least, and then us win outright.
Well, we got them one. We got the Eagles are coming in.
Yeah, if we beat them, so lose just one more time.
I think no. I mean, so what you're saying is that we win the division is the only way we're going to make the playoffs.
Because
I don't
know.
I don't see that because even if those 4-3 teams that you're saying right now, that's only a half game better than
I'm
us
saying
right now.
today, if it ended today,
yeah,
Obviously, yeah.
But there's a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams ahead of us already in a wild card.
Yeah, but probably by a half game. Like if they got 4 wins, that's fine. That's one.
Bro, we got
win.
10 games left. Isn't that
Right,
crazy?
and that
I know.
is
No,
kinda
we have
nuts.
11 weeks left, right?
Yeah, 11 weeks.
Yeah,
10
11
games.
weeks for 10 games. Yeah.
But now think about it like this. Now I was doing this the other day and I was like, oof, that doesn't sound good. Like the Cowboys are 3-3-1, right? And you have 10 games left. In your mind, you would think that a division win would have to have 11 wins. Does that mean the Cowboys go 8-2 the rest of the way?
No, I don't think we're winning the division. I think we have a good chance. If we're going to make it, it's going to be maybe the third wild card.
It's
Third
gonna.
wild card.
I believe those Panthers.
So the 7 seed.
That Panthers
one of
Bears
those.
game is going to come back to fucking haunt us, or that tie.
I just don't. I don't see. I don't know.
But we have to definitely beat the Vikings. I mean, if we're even going to be because they're 3-3.
The Vikings are in a little bit of a predicament here because, even with Carson Wentz, they obviously don't play as well. But with J.J. McCarthy in there, too, they weren't really lighting up the scoreboards. It was a defensive juggernaut performance on one of their wins. So, I'm looking around the NFC, and I see the Lions stand out. I thought the Bucs were standing out, but after watching him against the Lions last night, I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why is anybody talking about Baker Mayfield as MVP?
But
dude
here's
was he missed 20 no bullshit.
I know, but you got to look at the total. I don't think it's a week by week league. I don't. I think it's more of a combined effort in the season. To say that Tampa, I don't know about them anymore because they had one bad game. Baker did last night. That's
not just one bad game. I mean, they also couldn't put away Philly, so that's
but he didn't play bad. No one's going to go undefeated or even have one loss.
I get that. I'm just saying, the NFC to me right now, the top dog would have to me is Detroit. I mean, they're scoring at will. And they're playing really good complementary football. Their defense is playing really well. But that's the one that separates themselves. And then you have everybody else, right? And I'm talking everybody else. We are in the same, to me, even losing to the Bears and losing to the Panthers aren't sustainable. They just lost Bryce Young for a couple weeks. They're gone. To me, at least, they're gone. Yes, they're not going to compete down the stretch. Just won't.
But then
we should have never lost to them. It's just one of those things.
We did, and
I get it. But I'm not looking at the Panthers as a team that down come December. I'm gonna be like, ooh, watch out for the Carolina Panthers. Nah, I'm not doing it. Sorry.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying is that that's why they're wild cards.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying I don't even see them in the mix at the end of the year. I just don't. But then, there are going to be a lot of teams.
He doesn't. That's what he's trying to say.
That's all I'm saying. But I'm just, and based off of what I've seen this year, they've run the ball very well. Bryce Young's had some bright spots, but down the line, and again, they're losing their quarterback for a couple weeks going forward. They're going to fall out of it pretty quickly.
We're in such an odd situation here because we are the two extremes. We're the number one offense and the worst defense.
But but to your point. To that point,
defense can just get it together, just
enough.
like I said, enough,
right?
Just enough. Before last night, I thought Tampa was going to be.
So did I.
I still think Tampa's good, but go ahead.
I'm not saying they're bad.
I didn't think Detroit was going to beat them like that, man.
Right. I right. The Lions
and
definitely stomped the mud hole in their asses.
And that's a game they had to get up for. It's not like. Where Carolina could come in and sneak a victory. They're like, look, this is one of the best teams in the NFC we're playing, and we're supposedly the best team in the NFC. This should be a
I love the fact that I love the fact, like when you see the schedule come out, it's daunting when you see that gauntlet of teams that come in after the bye, right? Like you're looking at it, it's dreadful. You're like, oh Christ, we got to go to Detroit. We got to go play Minnesota again. We got to go play these teams you got to play Philly. You got to play Kansas City on Thanksgiving, right? You're looking at these teams like, shit, how are we going to run with them? After watching the Cowboys through 7 games offensively, they can go shot for shot with, to me, anybody. It's just a matter of how, like, just like you said, give me, if it's a 0% effort for the first 6 weeks of the year, give me a quarter of that, and the Cowboys will be in every game. And Dak Prescott's playing in a mode right now.
No, that's why I'm saying it's such a dichotomy. It's such two extremes.
It is wild. It's a wild.
I've never seen a Cowboys team like this.
No. And again, last week we're sitting there and shaking our fists at the clouds like this team will never stop anybody. We literally called them the worst defense we've ever seen, right? And like justifiably so. We're not out of pocket when we say shit like that, but I'm just saying, like, from week to week, like much like Keith was saying in his predictions, they could have gone 2 ways. They could have just completely obliterated again, or they step up, change it a little bit. They went from, I believe the stat I heard it on Talking Cowboys yesterday, it went from 30% man up to about 47% man. Yeah, so they jumped like 17% or some shit like that, or just a little bit over 17%, which is right. Like that was the defense kind of bullying Eberflus into saying, like, look, dude, we're better here. We're better suited this way. Call more this way, and things will work out. They sent more blitz packages this past weekend, right? The guys were. There's a reason why Shamar James caused that fumble.
We got killed in the trenches, bro.
What?
We did not do well in the trenches. There was some plays where.
Well,
again, these are, and I know you were excited about this Maxx Crosby thing. If you want to bring it up now.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude. So here's the deal. The Cowboys went on record the other day and said, and I believe it was Deanna Rossini of ESPN said the Cowboys are going to be open for business. As that's Jerry Jones has said that. There are expendable things.
Business, guys.
Business. There's expendable things right now, right? So by default, we have our own first-round draft picks. We have our own second-round draft picks, right? But because you make this Micah Parsons splash trade, you acquired their draft picks, which means they're first this year, they're first next year. So in a perfect world, you can almost look at it like we're not supposed to have these picks anyway, right?
Right.
Can you cash in on them and use them in the draft and get the best edge rusher in the draft and all this other shit? I don't think you could do that. You could do that. But now, because of the fact that the teams that we're talking to, their teams are imploding, a la, like, yeah, the Bengals got saved a little bit last week with Joe Flacco, but like you would think the Bengals are going to struggle a little bit. So that's why Trey Hendrickson was on the board, right? And then now the Raiders are a complete abomination of a football team. They can't get shit done. So all of a sudden, Maxx Crosby is wasting the best years of his life. So all of a sudden, maybe he's expendable, maybe he's tradable. So for me, I'm more than okay trading away one of the new picks that we got. Not our own, because we might struggle. Who knows? We might be in the middle of the pack. The Packers are obviously going to be a better team, so that's going to be a lesser draft pick. I'm okay with separating ourselves for one of those picks and a player. You want to toss in Trayvon Diggs? You want to toss in Jalen Tolbert? You want to give these guys some ammo? Go for it. I think Maxx Crosby on the Dallas Cowboys defensive line right now, given the rotation that we have, and we watched Clowney, we watched Houston, we watched these guys. Izaraku played well. We were watching these guys develop and get better, but if you add a right now piece to the one thing that I know, goddamn, we're all three of us were watching that game last week saying, let's get to the fucking quarterback. By the way, why can't we get to him?
James Houston has a half a sack less than Crosby this year.
And imagine adding a Crosby.
He has 3.5. Crosby has four sacks this year. But he has 18 solos, one forced fumble, and one interception. I think he returned for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a pick. Yeah, it was a pick six. We have barked on this show about the fact that, like, the cornerbacks are only going to be as good as your pass rush. So maybe there is something to this Bridges kid. Maybe there is something to Bland being better.
Bro. It's not the edges. It's not the edges.
It's not anybody. We're not getting any pressure with 4, man.
We got some pressure this weekend, but didn't we? And it's more.
Sure. But we also sent blitzes.
But how do you know it's not the defense we're running now? Like you said, we ran more blitz, we ran more man.
You want to take that chance?
Well,
I don't know. All I know
Yeah.
is that Micah Parsons is probably the best pass rusher in the NFL, and our defense sucked with him last year.
I'm talking about right
what's
now.
the difference
Fuck
between
last
winning
year.
that
I'm
two?
talking about
But
right
no,
now.
what I'm saying, and I'm on the fence with it too, right? Is what Keith just said. Is it the pass? It may not be the pass rushing. It may just be the schematics of everything. I meant, like, we had Micah last year and we couldn't do shit. So we have, and by the way, Micah killed it this weekend. I think he had 3 sacks this weekend.
With
Yeah,
Kobe
of
Brissett
course.
and the Cards. That's what he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's to Keith's massive points about him showing up against Carolina and shit like that, and sacking Sam Darnold 16 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, we get
Whatever,
it.
dude.
Parsons' MO is to nail these shit quarterbacks. We got that.
By the way, we glanced over it, but how fucking amazing is Flacco? He's 40 years old.
I know. And how mad was fucking Tomlin? He was so mad in those press conferences. He's like, how they gonna trade? They named that motherfucker. I'm paraphrasing and I'm not using his actual words, but how they gonna trade for a motherfucking quarterback when that's what they needed, and that's the guy they named the starter, and they traded to a division rival. And I was like, I know, they just don't want you to fucking win, Tomlin. Like, get
Here's
over
the
yourself.
thing, Sturch.
Yeah.
I didn't get to really finish, but I do agree with you with Crosby. I would trade one of those Packer picks
If
we
it's
could get him.
feasible. I don't know.
If we could get him, sure. Why not? Because we don't know what we're going to get with that. And yeah, he is a fantastic player, and it doesn't hurt to have him. But I'm reading, and I don't know if it's true or not. They were talking 2 first rounds for Crosby, the Cowboys, which I would not.
I would not do that.
No.
Mm-mm. No, because then. All right. So here, I say no to that, but hear me out on the scenario, right? You had Micah Parsons, you traded him for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark, right? So now let's just pretend arbitrarily they take those 2 first-round picks and give them to fucking Raiders, and now you get Maxx Crosby. So grand scheme, you saved money on Parsons, you added Maxx Crosby, and now you also have Kenny Clark, and you have the same picks you had before the trade happened.
No, I see your point. I can see
like
that.
it kind of.
I don't.
And
my
then we
whole
have the
thing is,
same
I don't think
salary
either
cap.
of them are worth that. Go ahead, bro.
We're gonna have to pay him.
Well, no, his salary caps is in line until like 2020. He just got paid.
Yeah,
but it's not Micah Parsons' money. It's
not that
saving.
far off, though, is
No,
it?
it absolutely is a lot far off.
Is it really?
Yes.
What's
I
the
looked at the
contract?
numbers, but the only problem is with the Raiders here, and this is something that a couple of my colleagues have brought up, is if they trade him based off of guarantees and shit like that on that roster, their dead cap hit next year is like fucking ridiculous. So that's why I think like all of this jargon, this was all brought up and sparked by Trey Wingo this morning saying like the Cowboys called him. The call was made already. And I'm like, oh, okay, and then, there's a bunch of jokes saying, well, maybe it was Mason Crosby, the kicker. You know what I mean? I was like, no, it's not.
How dare that even?
Well, I'm just saying, it would it be Cowboys like? But here's the thing: I raised this question to both of you. Both of you can answer the same question. Okay, so here's the question: given everything that we've seen happen in the last, 6 months, right? You got the Pickens trade, where we're like, oh, Dak and Schottenheimer knew they needed a second guy, so they went out and got George Pickens for a 3rd-round pick, right? Then you see the craziness that is Micah Parsons trade, right? And you're like, oh shit, now we got 2 first-round picks, we got Kenny Clark. If the Cowboys make a trade here, is all forgiven when it comes to the Joneses? Like, is this the big plan here? And I'm not trying to give them a pass, Keith, but like if they're doing all this shit and they realize right now, like, you know what? We got the best offense in the league right now. If we just add 1 more or 2 more pieces on defense, we might be in contention here.
Yeah, if
right
they get
now.
the right pieces, sure.
Right, it has to be the right pieces. But I'm saying, like, would this make you kind of think like the Joneses had a plan the whole time?
No.
Okay. Both of you said no at the same time. So that puts that to bed. That we all still fucking hate Jerry and Steven.
Speaking of Pickens, that's one of the biggest additions, obviously. But what people forget now with CD back, I know Picks. I don't think he had a touchdown, but because of Pickens and because of CD, it's why the Ferg got two tugs.
And that
because
makes this offense as good as it is.
If the both those receivers, and again, I like Pickens as the first, and CD is a better second, which could make him the first, right? I know it's confusing, but
you say first and second, you're just talking about outside inside.
Basically, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I love
because depth chart, or whatever. To me, it's
doesn't
1
matter.
and 1A. It doesn't matter.
No, but you're thinking of the hot routes, which is your first route, and
But like I said,
who are you going to double?
Well, Lamb said it. He's like, who you covering? You guys got to pick your poison on who you're going to cover.
Okay.
And if we took Flournoy, Tolbert to me, I don't know, man. He still doesn't move the needle for me. I would put a Flournoy in there.
Good thing Jonathan Mingo's on his way back. He's going to be playing this week. So
I would say that with Pickens, what I love, and when I was watching the game, if I'm Dak, every time he's man or one, I do it every play. I go right down the field. If they wanted to do that every play, down the field, because
he's got 100
throwing it to him 3-4 times.
He's got 160 penalty yards.
Yeah.
So I'm
just saying though, but not only that, not only do they, but he still catches it too, which is insane.
Well, most of the time, yeah. And then the underthrown one on Latimer.
Yeah, you see, he had the one hand.
Yeah, but
he almost caught it, man. He had that
underthrown one. He drew the foul, and all of a sudden we're on the goal line. So it's
that's the thing. That what he's doing, that can't be taught.
No.
That is just natural athletic ability and knowing how to adjust and grab the ball. That's something that is just
that dude. Can
now that's the difference between him
like
and CD. CD's prettier. CD can be prettier. He's the prettier kind of receiver. You know what I mean? Whereas Pickens is just throw me the fucking ball. I'm going to grab it. Like, but that's the kind of receiver I like.
100%. Like if we went to Pickens on the Eagles game, we're not seeing 3 drop balls in a row.
Well, I don't want to say that either, but what I will say,
no, he's got that Irvin mentality, that Marvin Harrison type thing where I'll catch it in traffic. He doesn't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dog, and that's a good. Listen, man. These are all good things to have.
I don't want to do that either. I don't. I know we've both been doing it, like comparing those two. And
I'm not.
Yeah, no.
It's our 1 and 2. It's our.
I get it. But I mean, my whole thing is, whatever they're doing. Whatever they did this weekend was fucking great. Just continue it. They're both going to get open. They're both going to, and it's true. They can't both. That you can't cover both. And then you have Fergie underneath, and you have Flournoy who's stepping up.
And you got Turpin, who's a little underneath missile. So there's a lot of cool shit.
And I mean, again, we got to give the props where props are. 130 passer rating this week.
Fucking Dak, bro. Like, and you know what's even crazier is the fact that these talking heads finally, guys like Colin Cowherd and all these losers who I don't like at all, who have shit on Dak his entire career, are finally like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
No,
there was greatness in there, and you're seeing it now because of the targets and the shit that he has around him.
But he had that in the past. He's playing better now. He gets the offense. He's seeing the coverages. He's checking down. He's in his stride. To not criticize him for the past 2-3 years is very.
No. I'm gonna tell you the difference of 2025 Dak and all other Daks. And even 2023 are all Dak Prescott up until now, right? What is the MO for guys like, and again, don't take this, anybody take this out of context. Like, did you just compare? What is the MO for guys like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes? What is the MO? That it almost doesn't fucking matter who's the receiver. He's going to make them play better. Right. This year in 2025, you lost one of your receivers and be that we had George Pickens. Nobody under the sun, except for guys that know the team and really study, nobody's out there saying like Ryan Flournoy is a star. No, Dak Prescott made him who he is right now. Dak Prescott's playing at a level right now where he's raising the other guys around him, and that's what elite quarterbacks do.
What's funny is you're coming at Colin Cowherd, which I like his takes. I know. I don't think so. And you know what? He's right about what he's saying about Dak right now, and good for him. He was also a Tony Romo supporter too. When the time came when he should have been. I mean, you got to remember they're not fans. He's giving his what he's seeing and what he's basing it on. Out of every season Dak has been there, to me, his rookie season, 2023, and this season have been his best seasons. Now, you could say that he's making Flournoy better. You could say all this other stuff, whatever you want to say. But you might want to give credit to the new scheme. That's
Shoddy?
Yeah. You might want to give credit to that. That might have
I've been on the shoddy train since the summer.
that might have to do with it more than anything else.
Now, it's familiarity too, because it's not like he's brand new.
You are not hearing me. Brett you got his 130s fan. You still, nobody here has heard me say, I still don't believe in him. And I don't.
That's fine.
And I don't. And
That's
I'm
cool.
sorry. I'm not. And I said this again. I'm not going back on my word.
Knocking on wood.
Whatever. No, whatever. I don't, because I'm not falling for it again.
Through 7 games, though.
I'm not falling for it again.
I'm not saying
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
There's nothing to fall for here. He's not trying to trick you into an optical illusion. He's trying to tell. I'm trying to tell you that right now. How do you not buy in?
I bring this up all the time.
How do you not buy in right now?
All the time. This is the girlfriend. I don't know how many fucking times I got to give this scenario. Okay. You know what? I'm taking her back. I believe in her. She's not going to cheat on me again. I believe in her. Oh, look what she's doing. Oh, this, that. And the opposite, a girl that brings a guy in. Oh, no, he's changed. It's just, and he's doing everything right. And what happens? They still fuck up and they still go out there and do something. Now, I'm not saying he can't have a bad game. That's not what I'm saying. Of course he can have a bad game. But it's when it's going to happen and how many times it's going to happen and all those other things I've seen in the past. He is responsible for the San Francisco 49er playoff losses. Both of them. Both of them. Go make faces all you want.
I'm just saying.
You're gonna be at the end. But it doesn't matter.
You live in this, like, you got to reflect back on everything that's ever happened.
Well, that's how you judge people, by patterns and how they do it.
All right, but here's the thing: people have broken patterns before. Like, that's
I'll
a thing.
say is different about Dak this year that I've seen any other year, and I was not sold on him in the beginning. Then I bought into him, and then I got betrayed, and now what I see different about him, and you've seen it in the must-win games where he. Against the Giants, he's been answering the call consistently. Like, okay, guys, we got to score again. We got to score again. And he seems more composed.
He's confident as all hell right now. He's not. I'm not talking
that pass
cocky.
to Pickens that was just a in the basket, perfect pass.
He didn't have to do shit. He just Pickens had to do this, right, and it dropped. So Keith, I have to ask you though. In 7 games where he's leading in all his QBRs and all his stats and all this other shit. What in this 7 games? I'm not talking about the Niners. I'm not talking about the Packers. I'm not talking about any of that shit that's happened in the past. I'm talking about right now. What has got you so convinced that he can't be the guy all year long?
The last 11 years.
No, I said Keith, first of all. But I'm saying, though, like right now, 7 weeks is not it's not a big enough sample size for you?
Because it's not.
I'm not going to try to convince you, but
there's no convincing. Like,
as I said, there's no convincing you. That's fine.
No. There isn't. It's just I don't. Your level of excitement is just insane, bro. No, it always is. It's like it's either. But I'm just saying, it's either the greatest or they're fucking terrible. Like
this year,
but right now, this reminds me when I said we were going to lose to Buffalo. And you were like, how do you see us losing to Buffalo and Buffalo? I don't understand that. How do you see? And I try to explain to you, but there are patterns. Brett is correct. There are patterns with certain things. I can't explain it. All I'm saying is that the last 11 seasons, okay, and not only that, our defense is still not a good defense. I stand by it. I know you're not, but you're saying, can he get it done? What do you mean by that? Can he take us to the Super Bowl right now?
I'm talking about, can he sustain his level of play? He's already done it for 7 straight games. Can he do it for 10 more?
I see both.
That has nothing to do with the team. That has nothing to do with the team.
Let me finish. So what you're saying is, can he do this for 10 more games? Possibly. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Possibly, but then what?
Well, I'm talking about one guy. I'm not talking about the team right now. I'm talking about one guy.
But that's my whole problem. I'm a Dak Prescott. I'm a fucking Dallas Cowboy fan. Okay. I look at the big picture. Okay. Our defense can Dak lead us every single game like this? If our defense isn't stepping up, no, he can't. He's not going to be able to do it every single game.
And it wouldn't be his fault.
Hence they're 3-3-1.
Right. But I'm
saying,
if
he could do it all the time, if he could be Superman all the time, they'd be fucking 7-0, right? Like,
Sure.
no matter what the defense does, he's fucking.
No,
he
yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
matter. He's right. So
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
talking about the offense right now. That's the topic I'm talking about here. Dak
Right.
Prescott and this offense.
And let me, because I hear both of you.
Uh-huh.
What my brother's saying is, because I brought it up, and again, I this is the best I've ever seen him play. It's the most mature. He's the most composed. He's answered when he had to answer. But his past is his past. And again, if we won't know until we're in a situation where, like the 49ers playoffs games, where like he just imploded, right?
Sure.
But what Sturchy's saying, and I agree with him on this as well, is the level of play that he's playing at now for the first 7 games. For me, the first game I was nervous he was back there. I'm not nervous about him anymore. I don't have a question mark on him anymore for through the first 7 games. Now, when we get to the playoffs, we'll be like, okay, what's going to happen? Yeah. But it doesn't mean we're even going to get to the playoffs. We're talking hypothetical here.
It's misunderstanding. This is what I'm saying. It might not even be in the playoffs. It can be. It just happens at the wrong time sometimes. A good example is the Denver Broncos. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, his first big blowout was against Denver in Denver. The first time Dak Prescott ever got blown out was week 2.
That's when Zeke stopped doing routes and shit, or stopped
whatever.
giving a fuck.
It doesn't matter. They got blown out 47-17 or whatever the fuck it was. We had no offense. It was awful. That was the very first time when we saw this going, okay, sure.
That was
he did not have a good season that year. He did not have a good season that year. Mm-hmm. So let's go back to, was it 2017 or
2018? 17 was the bad year because of Zeke's suspension, and we got fucked up, and then it's also we lost to the Broncos. Like that was that year. We didn't lose to the Broncos the first year. The fucking guy lost.
Can I finish, dude? But
you're asking questions, and I'm trying to give you the fucking answer.
No, I know. All I asked was for the year. I just said, is it 2017 or 2018? I don't know.
And I just said it was 2017 because of the following. Okay.
But you're saying that was because, but what was because of the following?
No, I'm saying the 2017, the second.
You're saying the reason we lost to the Broncos was because of Zeke not being there and all that?
No, he was there. I remember he didn't give effort and shit. It was a whole implosion of the game.
Right.
Whatever. Just talk about Dak's play. I know where you're going.
Okay. So
stop yelling, bro.
I'm not yelling. It's just that I can't. You know what? I'm done.
No, stop that.
I'm done.
Stop. That's
no.
bullshit.
I gotta go back to work. I got a lot of
stuff going on here.
I got a lot of stuff going on, and I can't stand this.
You can't stand having a debate about Dak Prescott on a Jersey Boys podcast,
dude. All right, it was. I want to say then 2019 or 20. I don't fucking remember. It's not the 2017 one. It's the second time we played them at AT&T Stadium. We were 10-point favorites.
Right.
It was after the
Thanksgiving. Was that Thanksgiving?
No, it wasn't Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It was a regular Sunday game. It was after when not fucking Andy Dalton came in, or Cooper Rush, one of the two fucking redheads. They came in and they fucking won the game against Minnesota on a Monday night. Dak gave him a big fucking hug in the hall. We were 10-point favorites going. Denver came to the Texas Stadium, AT&T Stadium. We were 10-point favorites, and he fucking blew that game. He was having an awesome season. As a matter of fact, his last start before that game, we were praising him over the New England overtime win. I remember this shit. We were talking the same fucking way we're talking now.
Then we're going to 2020 or 2021.
I'm not even looking at Google right now. You guys look at it, okay?
I'm telling you, it's 2021 because the podcast.
It has an indelible effect on me. That's why I'm getting frustrated at this whole thing.
What I'm saying is it's definitely 2020 or 2021.
This happen again and again with us, where we praise. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. Oh, we believe. And then that guy comes out of nowhere. It comes out of left field. But then he continues to play that way sporadically through the season.
Okay,
that's what I'm not I can't. I'm not falling for it again.
Okay,
but I have to wait till the end of the year. I'm answering his question as a whole. He's saying to me, it's 7 games. What do I need? What do I have to prove that I've already said he's an above average quarterback. I know he's an above average quarterback, but he needs more help than a Mahomes. He needs more help than these quarterbacks, because it's going to come that time where he's not going to be able to carry the team. He's just not.
All right. All I was
I
saying.
And I really do have to go. I don't mean
I
to sound like an
respectfully
asshole, but I
disagree.
do.
But I respectfully disagree. But I want to ask you, since you got, if you're really rolling out of here, Cowboys Broncos coming up this week. Bo Nix does the unthinkable, comes back, beats the Giants. The offense is pretty damn good in the fourth quarter of last week's game. How do you see that playing out? And then me and Brett will take it home.
What's that? Sorry.
No, I'm saying, like, if you really got to go, then that's fine. But, like, you
Fellas,
know,
what's your prediction for
prediction
Denver?
on the Broncos
We
coming
don't
up,
need the
since you
color
watched some of their game.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't want to give it yet. I want to hear you guys. So
Well, no, we're not going.
I thought you had to go, so I'm just
I
trying
do.
to
I'll
help.
be back.
45
Then.
minutes.
How about
If
I'll
you're
be
gonna-
back? You guys talk. I'll be back.
Okay. Go do your thing.
That's amazing. Oh, my
So,
God.
See, here's where he's right and here's where he's wrong.
I tell you right now, if you can hear this, I don't care. He ain't right. Like, he's not right in the sense of, I understand his trepidations. I understand his hesitations. I get all that shit, right?
Right,
Because you're
right.
waiting. Because as a Cowboy fan, it's been 30 fucking years since any
No,
relative
but
success.
We're just talking about with Dak, and I
Again,
I understand the frustration. I don't see that Dak this year.
I don't either.
I saw it last year. I saw it the year before that. That one year I bought into him before the season, and then
Yeah.
we saw it come back. This year, right now, there is no indication that can happen. But he, again, we won't know until we're in a must-win or where he just implodes. Not if he loses a game. I mean, he's already lost 3 games.
Well, going into this Redskin game, to me, if you drop that game, it would be tough sledding to even think that we would do anything else. So that's why I called it a must win. And he went out there and he fucking crushed it again.
But if I was breaking down films prior to that, I would see his bad decisions, some of his bad reads, some of his.
But that's every quarterback in the NFL.
No, it's not. Let me finish. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You could see those, but I don't see that this year. Does that make sense? Like in the prior years, I'd see him force a pass. He did force one pass one time, but whatever. This year, in the prior years, I would see him make mistakes it's almost like when you're watching film and you'll see a guy take on a double team and then another guy makes the play. You could see the intangibles going on and some of the reads, some of the routes he missed. I'm not seeing that this year. I saw it in the past, even when he was playing great and I wasn't a big fan of his.
All right.
Right.
And to all that point, right? Like,
I don't see it this
I'm
year.
looking around the league now, not just Dak Prescott and the Cowboys.
We just talk about Dak and his play. It doesn't matter what anybody else.
But I'm saying you are saying that there are people out there in the NFL that don't make any mistakes.
No,
Zero.
that's not what I'm saying.
Well, you said he made mistakes last year, different reads, all this other shit.
He wasn't reading right sometimes.
And I've heard that. I've heard that from multiple people that he couldn't, like, his progressions and his reads were just wrong, couldn't read a defense, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, 7 games into the season, with the Cowboys being 3-3,
I'm not seeing him. I'm not seeing that old Dak. I'm seeing this new, mature.
That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
But
right.
What he's saying though is that when there's what separates those great quarterbacks, okay, and yeah, you have 32 teams. There's maybe 4 elites in every season. Okay, right now,
teams or quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks.
Okay.
Like, look at Mahomes. Mahomes is a great example.
Sure.
I mean, the guy, even when he shits the bed, but
his team is 4-3 this year.
Yeah, but he's also got 3 fucking Super Bowls or whatever in 5 years.
I'm talking about, you just said every year is like 4.
No, we're talking the intangibles of a quarterback. If I'm watching Patrick Mahomes play and he fucks up, it's not a holy shit, he in inept fuck up. It's more of, oh, I made a bad read. Where Dak in the past would implode. But I'm saying I don't see that Dak this year. Even in the wins and losses, he's still making those right choices, or he looks more confident. Where in the past, yeah, the guy just was not getting the job done when it mattered. But I don't see it this year. I just wanted to say he was playing great.
See how this went? So anyway,
I mean, the guy had, again, 130 passer rating in this game.
And again,
21 of 30.
So, hey, Brett, to your point, to your point, Brett, when you just said every year there's like 3 or 4 like
Yes.
top-notch guys.
Yeah.
Dak's one of them this year.
Yeah, he's playing that way, but we don't know. There's very few. You can do that all you want, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know what I'm not sure. It's like you guys are both waiting for the implosion.
When you're looking at the statistics, when you look at a Troy Aikman and why people that don't understand football don't put him in a top 10 level, or fucking Terry Bradshaw that won 4 fucking Super Bowls. Nobody ever talks about him as being one of the greatest, is because they look at stat lines. They don't look at what the player does or how they'll make a decision like in a balanced offense or be there when they need to win. And again, I'm in agreement that I don't think this. I think this is a different Dak. Keith is not going to buy into it. I'm buying into it this year. Okay,
it's fine.
So
Again,
and hopefully I'm right on this one. Okay. But I bought into him before.
I'm going to say this, and I'll be bold and stand on this, and you can keep all the fucking receipts you want and all this other shit. I'm not about to say, Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl because of offense. No, but I will say this. The 2025 Dallas Cowboys will not be bounced out of this season because of Dak Prescott this year.
I'll agree that too.
That's what I'm saying. The defense might fuck up. We might lose a fumble.
That's not fair.
How's it not fair?
That's already 3-3-1.
Because
but it's not Dak's fault so far.
You can easily
I agree.
You can easily go 3-13-1 the rest of the way.
But we can't crown him yet. And
I'm not crowning anything. I'm just saying
that's
my umbrella. That's my umbrella statement that the Cowboys of this year.
Hey, listen, I let you guys talk for fucking 10 minutes. I walked out and had to do something. I had to be able to get a word in.
All right, go ahead, Keith.
Okay. First off,
by the way, everybody should know this is why the podcast has grown so exponentially in the last couple of weeks because of debates like this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said this. The 2023 Dak Prescott reeled me in. To me, that's the best year I've ever seen him play.
Runner up to MVP.
Up to par to this year, by the way.
Yep.
If you look at it, it's up to par. All right. That's when and Dak Prescott. This is when he's reeled me in. Rookie year, he brought me in. Okay,
sure,
obviously.
But we all kind of were like, ooh, like,
yeah, of course.
We didn't.
And then it started happening. All the inconsistent. Look, he was still a kid playing all that. Okay, the year we went with the Rams against the Rams and we lost.
2018.
He did bring me in there. I was like, okay, we can, but that wasn't his fault that game at all. That was just we got ran over. The following season, when I was believing in him is when we went to Philly. All we had to do was win that game. He put up 3 points in that game. A defense, the Philadelphia Eagles put up 13. I think we lost 13-3 or 13-6. That kind of game there. Not only that, there were games leading up to that where he was coming into the game and he just was not playing like he should play. Like sure. a lot of other quarterbacks may have been able to win those games. Now, go to 2023. I was on it until that. And I know you don't like me bringing it up, but until that 49er game where that guy came out. Okay. Shit the bed.
And I'm not going to defend him for that. I'm just, go ahead.
Yeah. So last year he was not good the first 7 weeks before the injury. He did not play well at all. Okay. He was not even close to what he was playing like he is playing now. Maybe it had to do with McCarthy's system. It could have been a lot. But now we're seeing a different offense, a different scheme with him. All right. That is the only thing that is making me almost give in. But I'm still not going to. Okay. Because I'm not going to be fooled again. I'm just not.
Now, keep in mind, this is all here are the new intangibles for Dak in 2025. 1, Brian Schottenheimer. We talked about it already, right? Could be scheme. 2, he has an elite number 2 receiver, aka 1A, whatever, in George Pickens. 3, he has a fucking bowling ball of a running back. We haven't had that in a long time, right? So there are a lot of things that make what?
We had at one point when we had Cooper, we had Zeke running the ball. We had explosive time. We had what's his name?
Talking about right now.
Yeah, okay.
2025.
I'm saying you said we haven't had that in the past, but we
No. He said in a while. But
we also had Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy and shit like that. I'm talking about Schottenheimer. We talked about the scheme. Everything's kind of, he's in his bag. He's making good play calls, except for a couple here and there, whatever. But like all of the intangibles are allowing Dak Prescott to play at his best level right now. I'm just saying right now that this year's team will not be Dak Prescott's fault when it all comes crashing down. If it comes crashing down.
This is why I get a little frustrated. Okay. And that's what I wanted to say too, Sturch, is I feel bad. Like,
for who?
I feel like, I know you don't give a shit, but I feel like when I raise my voice and I look at you, you're such a nice guy, bro. Like I look at you, got such a nice face, you got kind eyes. Like,
you know what?
I know you'd fuck me up. I know you'd fucking
brother's crazier.
No, but yeah, right. My brother's on another level.
I know you would, and I'm not saying that. I just feel like you're a really good dude, and that's why when I get the way I get, it's not really. I'm not getting mad at you. I'm getting mad at the situation. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And I want to apologize to your dad because I have a feeling he doesn't like me too much.
Papa Sturch is more on. He lives in the moment, right? He could be like, "Wow, man, Dak, what a great throw." But if he throws a pick, old man Papa Sturch is like, "Ah, this guy fucking stinks. Trade him now." Yeah.
But that being said, we're 7 weeks in. I will say right now, at this point, Dak Prescott is playing awesome. Yes.
And now
I'm not going to go out. But I'm not going to go out and say we won't lose because of him. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to stop where we're at right now and say, yes, he's playing awesome.
On our first 5 years, however long we've had this podcast,
2020.
I was the most critical of Dak. I never bought into him. I would always see things like even last year against the Saints game where I'm like, he's not moving the ball. They're missing plays, making dumb decisions. I don't see that in this new Dak, and I'm buying in on that. We should say that Keith is selling. I'm buying.
I'll be honest, bro.
No, he's not selling. He's just not buying yet. That's all. Yeah. He's online. He's online at the register right now. He's just waiting.
But you were just like this in 2023.
I was just like, what? Supporting Dak?
No, not you. Brett was.
No, there was. I said that there was the 1 year before that I was excited.
You bought in. You had us 15-1 and going to the Super Bowl and winning.
That was the same year that Keith said that he'd be benched by week 7.
I actually put 100. I put 100 on them to go to the Super Bowl.
That's great.
And then the whole fucking thing just fell apart. I mean, no, that was 2024, wasn't it?
Last year?
No, it was 2023.
Yeah, you got hurt last year. 2023, he was runner up to the MVP.
Yeah,
he wasn't playing great last year either, man.
No, that's what I said. He wasn't. I kind of, even though he let me down at the Niner game, I was like, okay, maybe that regular season guy was going to come in because he didn't have. I don't think he had one bad game in the regular season in 2023. That's the first season I saw him play close to quarterback perfect, I should say, that whole year in 2023 until that Niner game.
Yeah, that Seattle game was one of the greatest games he's ever played before this season. He's had I don't know how many great games this season. And that Giant game, remember the Giant game when he came back? I forgot what year that was. 2024, 2022.
No. You're talking about the one with Cole Beasley when he caught it.
I was there for that one. That was 1 knee equals 2 feet. Got
that
myself from Cole Beasley.
That was the year we went to the Rams year.
Yeah.
2018. Yeah.
By the way, not to switch gears because we're talking about schematics and the one or systems, but the one thing that I think it was 2 weeks ago when I said that what Dallas has done different this year is they're hiding the run in the pass. Like you can't really tell in the formation,
which is new.
But this year, this last game, did you not? Maybe I was seeing things, but I kind of knew when we were running.
Well, you knew when they bring in fucking 9 tight ends.
No. I'm talking about even the formation. Like they had a one back. Well, they had it.
Since I've been a fan, anytime I hear kill, it's never been a pass. So,
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying even Greg Olson brought that up. I think it was 2 weeks ago that Dallas has hid the run in the pass. Their formations look the same, and they're running out of both of those formations and passing out of both those formations. I noticed something different against Washington.
So you think they telegraphed a little bit on this?
Yeah, I just look like we're running.
Okay.
And maybe that's because of Javonte, you know, that they're like, fuck it, let him try and stop him. By the way, that kid, what a blessing. What a
Well, it's perfect that you bring that up because it's a perfect segue. Because Javonte is going home this week to go play the Denver Broncos. The team
what happened
gave up
in
on
Denver that he couldn't.
Sean Payton became the coach, and
Right.
he just didn't buy into Javonte coming off injury and just like move on. So that's fine. But this is where I think, you know, you don't want to get too ahead of yourselves. Listen, we could lose this game fucking 35-30. You know what I mean? We just saw what the Broncos were capable of doing in the fourth quarter alone. Nobody's ever done that in the history of football, right? I think it was like 1,602 games straight. That if you were up by 16 or whatever the fuck with 6 minutes to go, that team won every time, right? So it took the Giants to make some catastrophic bullshit happen. And again,
And by the way, and that kicker, they need I have a nickname for Aubrey, but go ahead.
Rutgers kicker, by the way. Yeah, I know. So, that was Jimmy
I want
texted me
to call him the weapon.
He's the missile. He's butter. He's smooth as butter. It's just
butter.
Yeah, I'm just saying what they call him.
I know. But that bothers. I think what I came up with. I know we're all fighting over nicknames. Aubrey Maddox is the best. That's
Aubrey Maddox.
Yeah.
And nobody's caught on to it. There's not one fucking sign at a game that says Aubrey Maddox. Like there should be one.
I'm anybody who makes a sign.
What a fucking
paints the whole body.
Dude, did you hear what they said? He doesn't practice. Yeah, it does, and it gets thrown out of a stadium.
Yeah. That's me, everybody.
I heard the broadcaster saying he doesn't practice long field goals. Isn't that crazy?
Bro, he's legitimately he
doesn't want to mess his swing up.
He's not Russian by any stretch, but I feel like he has the demeanor of Dolph Lundgren, like that dude, like Drago. They're just like, I will kick. Just goes in there and boom, just doesn't matter where it's from. He just puts it through the upper head. He's like, if it's good, it's good.
I'll be honest. If he retired at the end of the season, he might be Hall of Fame worthy already.
Without question, he just set a record, most 60-yard field goals ever of any kicker ever. But anyway, we're going to Mile High, so you know what that means. There's a 75-yarder on Doc.
Yeah.
Just so everybody's good. The air is thin out there. You can boom these kicks. I'm not wrong when I say that. Like the air is thin. The home runs travel farther in Coors Field. You know what I mean? Like this shit's real. So
and never in my history as a fan have I heard people chant a kicker's name like they did in Texas.
They're buying his jersey in bulk, bro. Like guys are rocking.
They wanted him to kick almost a 70-yarder. They're like, no, bring him in.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm doing math as soon as they fucking get the ball back. Like it's like, oh, this one's down. Then they'll come out to the 35. And I'm like, well, that's good. That means they only need 20 yards.
I'm glad when he misses like a small one every now and then.
I know.
Like,
well, he missed the extra point last week or a week ago. People were like, oh, what the fuck, dude? So, anyway, so Denver, big time game coming up. You got to try to ride the wave here. The momentum's obviously swung a little bit back into the Cowboys world where they're feeling themselves, and that's great. I don't know the spread of this game. I haven't looked once. They're on the road, so I got to assume Denver's favored. What?
3.5.
We're dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. It's in neutral gang territory. It's a pick 'em, right? So that's good.
Half point in our favor.
Yeah. But you know, you see what the Broncos did last week. They do have weapons. Cortland Sutton is absolutely a stud. Bo Nix is coming into his own. He's lacing him in there. Their running game, J.K. Dobbins has been something special. R.J. Harvey's finally coming into his own too. Their defense, which was, to me, I thought, the best defense in the league. Then all of a sudden, Jackson Dart and company put up like 19 quick on these guys. So like now I'm like, all right, well, maybe they could be had. So Keith, when you look at Denver, you watch some of that condensed version of the Denver Giant game. What are you seeing as far as a way towards the path towards victory for the Cowboys this week?
Well, I see them. I think they went in there a little too cocky, Denver, into that game, thinking that it wouldn't be as hard as it was going to get. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my version, but I don't want to give my prediction until you guys are done.
Okay. All right. So we'll go into it. Brett, you want to kick us off or you want me to start?
You go ahead.
Okay, cool. Last week I did pick the Cowboys to win that game because I thought going into it was a must win, because if you fell to 2-4-1 in a division the way it was playing out and the Redskins would have won that game, like now you're looking at uphill battles forever. And I thought it was a must-win early, October. That's how I called it. That's how I saw it. I saw Dak Prescott deliver, and he did his thing. So now going into a better defense than what we just faced, going into a good running game that we've struggled mightily. I can't imagine what the average is, what we've given up, but it's really all about how many stops can the Cowboys get. That's all it is now. Going forward in the season, how many drives can we stop them from scoring? I know that sounds ridiculous because you want to do that every game, but like when I look at the Broncos, they will score points on this Cowboys defense, 100%. However, there's nobody that, to me, I don't care how good the Broncos are defensively. The Cowboys offense is just playing that much better. Dak Prescott's playing at a level I've never seen him play. We're running the ball efficiently. We have guys making plays everywhere. It's going to be hard. Patrick Surtain is probably the best corner in football. Guess what? You can only cover one of them. So that's why I think the Cowboys do go in the mile high and win. I don't think it's going to be some kind of blowout like we just had. I'll probably give the Cowboys 33 to 35 points. Maybe I'll say 33. Keep it casual and keep, throw in a 70-yard field goal somewhere along the line. But 33, and they'll probably give up 27. Give me 33-27. Dallas wins by 6. Brett.
This will really be a test for our offense. I mean, it's the third best defense in the NFL. They've only had 11 touchdowns all year scored against them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not picking Dallas to win until we lose. Just because I picked them to lose last week. But I think we lose this game. I really do. I think it's a close one, but I think we lose by like 10.
That's not close.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. It's not that close. I would say 35, like 20, something like that. 35, 21, 11.
So we're losing by 14.
Yeah, I think we're going to get blown out.
What the fuck? Okay, fine.
I
think you know what it is. I think he's just trying to do that just to convince himself.
I kind of preambled that.
Yeah, I think he's going the other way on purpose, but that's just me. All right,
well,
so the Cowboys get the doors blown off them in Denver. All right,
I literally told you I'm going to do that until we lose.
Well, yeah, it's fine, but I'm like, all right, yeah, it's going to be that unfortunate last second field goal. No, lose by 2 touchdowns. Okay, fine.
Yeah, we're losing by 2 touchdowns, and yeah.
But then Brett, it's Sunday at 7:00 or East Coast, and they lose by 2 touchdowns. I fucking called it.
No, if they do, I'm not going to do that.
If we lose by 2 touchdowns, we're in trouble. But go ahead, Keith. What do you got, man?
So a little more in depth here about them, because I was going crazy in my mind thinking I couldn't remember the last time we beat them in Denver.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and I looked. I thought it was 1993. That's the year we won the Super Bowl. I'm at 92. Sorry, 92, 93. It ended up being 1995 is the last time we won in Denver.
Our Super Bowl year.
It's been over 30 years since we won in Denver.
We got. There's a lot of things starting to add up here. Go ahead.
Well, basically, we've won a Super Bowl sooner than we've beaten the Denver Broncos.
Well, how many games is that?
Are you playing a little day?
Mm-hmm.
So
we got to figure there's 4 years, right? Where we switched teams.
I think we're 0-7 against them in general since we beat them last.
And the
Pretty
last
sure we lost.
one
It was a nasty Thanksgiving game in there somewhere too.
There were 2 Thanksgiving games where they were close.
And I just remember that Tony Romo shootout.
Tony Romo 51-48 one or 49 one.
Crazy.
Yeah, that one. But believe it or not, the last 2 times we played them with Dak, we've gotten blown out.
Mm-hmm.
Both times. I brought it up earlier the week 2, where it was like the first time that Dallas Cowboy team got blown out after Romo retired. Trevor Siemian passed all over us. Best game he ever fucking had in his life, right?
Of course he did.
There's something there with Denver. I kind of agree with Brett. And I think it falls on our defense more. Now, you did a good segue, but we kind of didn't follow through with it. I'm sorry if I give 2 scenarios. Okay.
Yeah.
I know I should just give one.
Edging your bet, but go ahead.
I can see us losing. I can see them just moving the ball at will with Bo Nix, little short dump passes, little annoying first downs here and there.
Mm-hmm.
and then just breaking runs here and there, and then us coming back and doing what we can do like we do. But I could see us losing, I would say 30-24.
Okay.
Something like that, or 34-24, something like that. I could see that. Now, the only way we can win this game, and the only way we do win this game, is if we don't drift away from one thing.
The run.
Yes. Keep giving him the ball.
Javonte time, baby.
Control the clock. Keep giving him. He is going to run his fucking ass off. If they thought Dowdle didn't have a reason to have a grudge. He didn't.
Mm-hmm.
We fucking saved his career. He should be thanking the Dallas Cowboys. This motherfucker, they threw him out. I mean, he did not get along with the offense. He didn't get along with any.
You ain't even worth $3 million. You're not worth nothing, Javonte. You're out of here. Goodbye.
Trust me. If you think he's been running hard, he's gonna have Cleveland Gary fucking legs against how the Rams beat us 92. He's gonna. I bet he is gonna come in, and we cannot. I'm not saying we don't pass. Obviously, we do it balanced, but we gotta keep feeding him. I don't care how fast the Broncos go down the field. I don't care how fast they score. We keep our pace. We win the ball game if we keep giving that guy the ball.
I'm with it. So, two scenarios from Keith.
If we happen to win, it's a good sign. Oh, we got to see how.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, especially if our defense can pull a couple of stops. But I'm curious to see how good our offense is against this defense. Like I said, they're number 3 in yards, but 11 touchdowns were only scored this year. So,
and listen, we haven't had, and we also haven't had, and I don't foresee this happening, but we also haven't had like one of those 13-10 wins or some shit like that where it's close and the defenses are stepping up, both of them. I don't see it because I just don't see it with this defense. But
no, it's not.
Aubrey kicked the 75-yarder.
Yeah, the wind's going to be thin. Air is thin and mile high. We'll see how this all plays out. I will say,
and I want to say one thing. I mean, this is on paper, as Brett would say, as far as stats go, this is a complete mismatch. Like, they should blow us out.
Yeah.
If you look, we have the first offense. Obviously, they have the 3rd-ranked defense. I'm looking at this right now, the matchup. But then you flip it. We have the 32nd-ranked defense. They have the 11th-ranked offense.
We're still 32 after last week.
Yeah, we didn't have. It wasn't. I mean, statistically,
I know they made some stops. I just thought they would have boosted.
Yeah, we're 30. We're 31 in pass, and we're 31 in pass, and we're 30 in rush.
So we're not 32. So don't give me that.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Listen, I will say this. I believe in certain things. Okay. Keith mentioned it before. The last time the Cowboys went to Denver, it was 95. We won the Super Bowl, right? The last time the Toronto Blue Jays were in the World Series, the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl. So that's all I'll say, and that's how I'll leave it. If you believe in history repeating itself, the Dallas Cowboys are back in the Super Bowl conversation. Anyway, I hope nobody takes me serious.
If we win this game, honestly,
we're in.
No, if we win this game and our defense, it could be a promising season. If we get blown out, we don't get Maxx Crosby, we keep the 1st-round picks, and we just salvage whatever we got.
We shall see how that all plays out. The trade deadline is November 3rd, I believe. It's the Tuesday. So it's obviously not this next 2 weeks, but maybe that's what the Cowboys are waiting for, to see how this all plays out. If they are 5-3, 5-3-1 at the trade deadline, then yes, you pull the trigger, you get better. If they're 4-4-1, then you're like, I don't know about this. But if you're 3-5-1, you drop the next 2. That's a whole nother ball game.
Is Kenneth Murray okay?
Yes, everybody's fine. Yeah,
right.
I was more worried about. I was more worried about Kenny Clark. He went down hurt.
And we forgot to mention the 21-day practice window is open for Overshawn.
It's open for Overshawn. It's open for Revel, and it's now open for Cooper Beebe as well. So now all 3 of these guys are on their way back. So
it's funny because with Murray, it's like, and I'll really quick, he loves the hit. You could just see it. But like, he chased down the running back on that screen ball.
You know
that was
why?
awesome.
But
my whole thing with him, once again, but my whole thing with him is his, football smarts. And I hope, and trust me, Sean Payton, we all know. That's what gets me nervous too. Is I know Kenneth Murray can hit. I just don't know if he's going to be in the right place at the right time.
Quick question before we get out of here. When we beat the Saints when they were having that all-world season,
That was the year we lost to the Rams.
Sean
That was
Payton,
his
the coach.
first year, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Okay.
That was his
We
first
see you,
year. I
Sean.
think.
We see you, Peyton. I'm not scared of
But
you.
that's the year our defense carried us to that Rams game. That's why I was shocked that the Rams ran all over us like that, because our defense pretty much got us there.
Well, you can never have both things. So we'll
No,
see
I
how
know.
this one plays out. The Dallas Cowboys head to Mile High.
But you remember
Take
that's when DeMarcus Lawrence was like, "Oh, we were tired."
Yeah.
Remember that? He was like, "We needed to
By the way, they called his name too many times last night, and I was like pissed about it. I was
Oh,
like,
he did good then.
Yeah, he played well.
All
Played
right.
well. Played well against the run. Imagine that shit.
Yeah.
For Dave Sturchio, Brett, and Keith Ernst, this has been another episode of the Jersey Boys Podcast. Subscribe to the channel and download and review and all that fun shit you're supposed to do. Look for our clips all over Jersey Boys Podcast on Instagram. And yeah, that'll do it. Go Cowboys. See you guys next week.
Hey, this is Tony Soprano, and you're listening to Jersey Boys Podcast with your hosts, Dave Sturchio and the Ernst Boys. I mean, I could give a shit about the Cowboys. We're in New Jersey. These guys got balls being Cowboys fans in Jersey. Anyways, enjoy. Well, whatever.
How about this, Cowboys?